It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Hello, everyone. Coming up on the 202, there's trouble in the house today. That's because the legendary DC band, known for serving up funk and go-go at sold-out venues, is here. Trouble Funk will be cranking it all the way up with all new music.
Plus, from 227 to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air to the Parkers, his hit sitcoms put scores of African Americans in primetime. Veteran producer and writer Bill Boulware is here. And did you know P. Diddy has a brand ambassador in D.C.? Well, get ready to meet King Flexxa. And of course, there's always trouble in the DJ booth with our main man, DJ Dirty Rico.
Oh, I like that. I'll keep the trouble in the booth. I like that. What's happening? How y'all doing?
How you doing,
Feeling
man?
good, feeling good.
Feeling great. Yeah,
See
it's
that
all right.
Rolling Stones on.
Oh, man, trust me, bro. I just had this one thing about Trouble Funk and Rolling Stones on a world tour.
Wow. I like that.
Yeah.
That would be hot.
So this is a shirt for Big Tony to see.
All right, real quick.
Real quick.
Love you. All right, longtime fans of DC's legendary go-go band Trouble Funk know that as long as they keep it live, they're still smoking.
From their latest album, Old School, New School, Live, here's Trouble Funk with What You Sippin'.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. Baby girl, keep doing what you're doing. And back it up and watch the boys straight lose. That body look tight. Keep sipping that white. Got you feeling all right. So baby girl, so DC things so we roll a little different. It ain't where you're from, it only matter what you're sipping. And if you ain't here, you don't know what you're missing. There's a Trouble Funk party. In fact, I got to mention.
When I get to the bar, show to tell me what you're sipping on. We can pop bottles all night to the break of dawn. Toast it up to something heavy, we can keep it real cool.
I like the way the man she's hugging on the bar stool.
Ciroc, Henny, Kettle One, plenty libations. Bottle girls keep it coming, heavy rotation. At the big pool, can't nobody stress me.
Yappy, yappa, keep it on the same set.
2-7 who's reppin', everybody turned up. Bass thumping, flow jumping, party getting turned up. Bartender got the liquor flow and we drank it.
Trouble Funk still got the whole world cranking. Now what you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Woo, that Henny.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Woo, that Remy.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Woo, tequila.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Woo, Bacardi.
Yo, so what you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. And everybody came to party, what you tripping on? It don't matter if it's brown or white. If you tipping right, they gon' pour it up all night. Oh, me, I be the short shot. I'm guaranteed to keep the party live. And the body's hot. Known to keep a couple baddies around. And we living it up. Ain't no saddies around me. A couple shots keep me in the right mood. And a little Trouble Funk keep me in the right groove. Yeah! Keep the party going and what we supposed to do. With all that back there, it's supposed to move. And me and you, baby, we ain't supposed to lose. So don't get scared when I'm close to you. Hands up if you on the same mission. But I got to answer this question.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on. Bomb Squad, come on down. That's what we're talking about. Get on down. You got to bag it on up, y'all. What you sippin'? Tell me what you sippin'. What you sippin'? What you sippin'? Tell me what you sippin'. Come on down.
What you sippin'? What you sippin'? What you sippin'? Tell me what you sippin'.
What you sippin'? What you sippin'? What you sippin' on? Tell me what you sippin' on.
Woo, that Henny.
What you sippin' on? Tell me what you sippin' on.
Woo,
sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Who? Tequila.
What you sipping on? Tell me what you sipping on.
Who?
I say, hold it now, hold it, hold it, hold it. Come on.
Ciroc Vodka, DeLeon Tequila, Sean John Clothing Company. They're all successful personal brands that helped build Sean Diddy Combs' massive business empire.
So if you happen to be a hip-hop mogul, why wouldn't the name of a man representing your brands in D.C. be named King Flexxa, right? Right?
Right?
King Flexxa, what you sipping on?
You know what I'm sipping on. A little bit of Ciroc, a little DeLeon.
I can imagine you would have that playing in the club. You turn the music down and everybody's Ciroc.
Yeah, you celebrate responsibly, so yeah.
Yeah. Now, what is exactly a brand ambassador?
So a brand ambassador is somebody that is representing something bigger than them. Because at times we all have ego, but when you're ready to put that aside and go ahead and get with a brand that you believe in, that you live the lifestyle, then you always want to represent something that's bigger than you.
So
and it couldn't hurt to be those brands.
Yeah,
exactly.
They're good brands.
Yeah.
Exactly. There's usually things that you already enjoy yourself, you like, you support, there are things like that. Or do these people just come to you, they find you and like, you know what, you'd be good to represent us?
Well, how it happened was in 2013, I got the call that they was looking to fill the position. And I went through the 2-week process because, you know, working for Mr. Combs is not an easy process. So it's 2 weeks, 9 different steps. And then at the tender age of 25, I was the youngest with that kind of responsibility for him in any aspect of his empire.
Wow.
Give us an idea of just what representing that brand means physically. What are you doing day to day?
How much time do we have? Because
Give us a rundown. Give us a rundown.
Well, every day is different, you know, so that's actually the excitement that keeps me going is that it's not like punching a clock and you know what you're doing and you're not challenged. So every day is different. I could be going to my storage to be getting POS, which is branded items to set up at an event, or I could be curating a dinner for your, you know, local celebrity or some of your, you know, A/B list celebrities.
Wow. And have you met Diddy? Of course you've met.
Yeah, we was just actually in Atlanta for Super Bowl, the big game weekend. Tore down a couple clubs. And,
Really? What are your conversations like with him?
Just work. Like, to be honest, like the way that me and Mr. Combs have built a rapport over these past 6 years is because I never was really around him to be the, you know, the fan aspect, like, oh, Diddy. Of course, we all looked up to Diddy growing up, icon, mogul, living legend. But I just wanted to get the work done. And somebody like him, he can appreciate that. So then a few years back, he said, yo, you know, you really remind me of me, myself when I was 25, 26. And I said, wow. So that was big. And it was in the middle of a club at the park at 14th. He pulled me off the stage and he had a moment mid-club while you're not supposed to be having those kind of conversations, but somebody like him, when it just dawns upon him, he has to get it out.
That's hot.
Now, yeah, exactly. Now, you're doing some radio also. Tell us about that.
DTLR Radio. So 2013 was just a massive year because in March, I got the Ciroc Ambassador position. And then the very next month in April, I was a part of the maturation stages of DTLR Radio, which is a groundbreaking experience. It's a radio station within all the stores across the country.
So we go into DTLR stores and we'll hear King Flexxa.
Yep, 2 to 5 Eastern, Monday through Friday. Yep.
I love that.
Yeah.
And you'll have different guests on, like.
Oh yeah, yeah. We've had guests all the way from J. Cole, Wale, homegrown, of course. We've had so many people, and it's just a blessing because it's not terrestrial radio. However, with our relationships with the record labels and different folks inside the industry, we're able to garner those interviews as they're stopping by your local radio stations in the D.C., Maryland, Virginia area. So,
well, we've had another ambassador in the studio.
Sure have.
Thanks for coming, man.
No, thank you guys for having me.
King Flexxa.
Yes, ma'am.
Coming up, many of the hit TV shows he's been involved with may be sitcom royalty to some fans. Bill Boulware is with us today.
The 202 will be right back. Stay there.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
This is inappropriate.
He's a longtime Hollywood TV producer and writer whose credits include multiple hit shows on NBC, BET, and UPN.
But right now, D.C. is the place to be for Bill Boulware. After all, some have even called D.C. Hollywood on the Potomac. Welcome, Bill.
Thank you. It's
How you
nice to be
doing?
here. Good, good. Glad to be here.
Have you been writing today?
Yes, I hadn't
really
planned on
have?
it, but I actually had to do some writing before I came here.
Wow.
Have you heard that expression, Hollywood on the Potomac?
No.
Oh, you got to start spreading that
but
around.
I'm believing in it. He said I've only been here for a few years and been quite impressed with the number of people I've met who are, you know what it is they really believe in D.C. and they really believe in the talent that's here. And so it's kind of exciting. I've kind of, left Hollywood. I'm kind of, in some ways, retired, but, I thought I'd be sitting back just reading the newspaper and writing stuff, but I just seem to have too many other things to do.
But as a writer, you've written, let's talk about some of the shows that you've written. Tell us some of those shows.
Well, I got my first break. Actually, the first story was I went to Hollywood around 1979. I was selected for a program they had they were trying to develop writers at Columbia Pictures.
Okay.
And I was chosen. I was in film school at the time. So I came out there, wrote a screenplay, dramatic screenplay, sold that. Then did a freelance show for a show used to be called White Shadow.
White Shadow.
Yeah, I did a freelance script for that. And then I actually came out to do, I thought, movies and drama. The next thing you know, I was doing sitcoms on TV. So, I went for a while. I had some friends that were executives that worked in comedy. And even when I had written dramatic stuff, there was always humor in it. So I just tried my hand at that, got the opportunity to go in and pitch on Benson, which, I guess you guys are old enough to remember these shows.
Oh, of course. Or my mommy told me about them.
Oh, okay.
Benson was a spin-off show, though, right?
Yes, it was a spin-off from a very popular show. What was the show now? Well, anyway, he was by...
Soap was
with
it?
Thomas and Harris, yeah,
Was it
who
Soap?
did
Yeah.
it Soap. So, and they had spun him off, and at the time, thanks to Robert's emphasis, they were looking for a writer, a black writer. When there were black writers out there, none of us were working, And so I was fortunate enough to come in and just try to, I thought I was just going to try for a freelance script, and they said, we like your stuff. They read my script, they said, come back, Monday we'll let you know what the network said. So they called me up and said, hey, how would you like a job on staff here?
Whoa.
And I said, well, I just committed to this 6-month Xerox job because I had been supporting myself doing temp work at the studios and so on. And so I did Benson. From that, I created 227, co-created.
227, wow.
Classic.
Yes, that was quite an experience. And then I went on to do a few other shows you probably don't know because they didn't make it. But I have also done shows for Cosby. Later on, I got on Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Did One-on-One. And then I did all the Parkers, which was probably my favorite show to work on.
Is that right?
You must have box sets of all of these programs at home, right?
Yeah, You know, I did. It's just that the formats have changed so much now. You know, I have these big old half-inch tapes that they don't even use anymore, and so much has changed. But it has been a number of years. So.
I have to take one of your sitcom writing classes.
Oh, well, yeah,
I always
did
have
teach.
stories.
I taught at UCLA for a little bit, and I taught at AFI for American Film Institute, and for a couple of shows. And I also taught at USC for a program that was actually developed by Mr. Cosby. You know?
Wow.
And I also worked for Mr. Cosby in New York in the 90s. Very talented man.
Yeah.
You know,
oh yeah, definitely.
Just,
well, you know, we look forward to whatever you're working on in D.C., but you'll have to come back next time and tell us about it.
Okay.
All right?
All right, I
You are
promise to do that.
fascinating. Fascinating. We've been talking with the king of TV sitcoms, Bill Boulware.
But the kings of funk and go-go are about to get cranking again. More with Trouble Funk when the 202 returns.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.
It's the 202.
Whether it's an old school or new school jam, what you can always count on from DC's legendary Trouble Funk band is straight up funk, go-go style.
And get this, from packed music venues to go-go documentaries, what you can always count on seeing is Trouble Funk's fan base being loyal and pumped up.
Pumped up. Hi, Big Tony.
Hey, baby, how you doing?
I am excellent. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Oh, man, you're looking good.
Yeah,
And
love the T-shirts.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All the bling and all that.
Yeah, bling, little bling, little something,
The
something.
bling to go with all this history that you guys have. You guys
Yeah.
are legendary.
Yeah, 40 years plus.
Make sure my TV husband knows that you guys are the most sampled group.
The most sampled group in hip hop history.
Man,
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You should get a trophy for that, because that's
We should get more
That's
money for
big.
that.
Yeah, she should get more money. More money. We
Yeah,
need those
more
checks.
money.
Need those checks.
you're gonna have Michelle and I humming, you know, what you're sipping on for the rest of the year, man.
Good. That's what I need to
Fantastic
hear.
song.
Yeah, thank
Yeah.
you. That's the new single, and I think it's gonna do pretty well. I'm hoping. Yeah. Y'all like it, so that's a start.
Yeah, we love it. I'm not going to be able to get that song out of my head. Now,
What you sipping on?
That's right. What you sipping on? I'm going to go and even ask the kids when they're drinking the Kool-Aid.
Right, exactly. You can be sipping on anything.
That's right. Be
H2O.
sitting on anything.
Yeah.
But listen, you guys are probably like a family. You guys have known each other, been together so long.
Yeah.
What was it like coming together to do new music? Because you got songs that will live forever. Forever.
Well, yeah, and it's the songs that we've been blessed to do. I mean, they stood the test of time. It's like you got to come with it, man, to try to like outdo that or even match it, you know. So we put our heads together, and you know, we really took our time, and we're working on the new album, Trouble Funk: The Rebirth, and this is just one of the singles from the album.
Well,
So
we
come
love
on
it.
with it.
And we want to
Yeah.
hear some more stuff.
all right, let's do
Take it away.
You want to grip it? You want to grip it? Let's grip it, y'all. Good God. You want to grip it? Let's grip it. Let's grip it, y'all. Hey, you, get on my mountain. You want to grip it? You want to grip it? Let's grip it, y'all. Oh, help me, y'all. Grip it, baby. What you gonna do, baby? Grip it, y'all. Okay, God. Grip it, baby. Well. Grip it, y'all. Sight. Just shake what you got, cause when your stuff is hot, you got to give it up. Grip it and hold it. Just shake what you got, cause when your stuff is hot, you got to give it up. Go hard. y'all.
I love it. I
Dr. Bob,
love it.
everything.
Simply
Wow.
done, Brian.
Thank you so much.
You know what I'm saying?
Thanks,
Feels so
Session.
good. Yeah.
Woo.
All right.
a
Big
pleasure.
thanks to our
It's a
guest today, and of course, thanks to my co-host Michelle Wright.
And thanks to DJ Dirty Rico and to all of you for watching us. Furman and I will see you again next time on the 202. See ya.
Hey, now listen here, y'all. We gonna start this thing off right. DNC is in the house tonight. Start this thing off right. We got the DNC in the house tonight. We gonna start this thing off right. Hey, Alice, put me in the groove now. Yeah. Oh, we can do this all night, baby. I said, well, you wanna get on down, y'all? Hey, don't you wanna get on down, baby?
I can't get on down. I can't get on down.
I said, but I can see the boogie, bring the boogie down, y'all. Hey, Dave, come on, walk it on up, Dave.
I said it sure sounds good to me. Talking about
T-R-O-U-E-L-E.
This the 202. This the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202. Hey,
Home of that good live music.
Come on.
Live on set, live audience approves it. The best hosts that don't get no tighter. Herman and Michelle can't get no righter. Taxation, no representation.
No.
But the 202 repping for the capital nation. So from 703 to the 301. Yeah, we all come to have some fun. It's the 202.
it's the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202.
Yeah. This the 202. This the 202.
It's the 202.
This is how we do when we party in the 202.
It's the 202. It's the 202.